obviously the Titans have the first seed. Packers have the first seed. It's in the AFC and the NFC respectively. So they're obviously not playing. The Buccaneers are the second seed, the Cowboys are the third seed, and the Rams are the fourth seed in the NFC. So the Rams will play the Cardinals. The Cardinals lost to the Seahawks, who are playing, they're playing, in the Smash community, there's a thug finals where a guy would think like, oh, I know I'm better than you, and they can, it's usually just for fun. But that was the thug finals. Like the Seahawks were playing for literally nothing, except for worst draft position. So why are they hammering the Cardinals here? It was at least mid to high 30s that the Seattle Seahawks won or scored. So I don't know. I don't see the Cardinals being able to win. However, they've been nominally better on the road, than at home. I guess we'll see. I don't know. I would probably say Rams by 7, somewhere in that vicinity. But I'd like to be pleasantly surprised. I mean, I've never liked when when a team just like blows their if for some reason they don't kind of like either they don't win the Super Bowl this year and if they do not win the Super Bowl this year and they're not able to keep all their pieces together, it'll be one of the biggest hit jobs on your own future in NFL history. They don't have any picks in the first round as far as I know. So, but I've never really liked, we went and we got Von Miller. We went and we got Odell Beckham Jr. And like, holy cow, guys, like, I mean, good for you, I guess, but I don't know, you're kind of blowing your load, right? Like, for guys that they just haven't produced all that well. I know OBJ's, and Von Miller are definitely kind of on the back nines at the very least, to say. But they're still, I don't know. Anyway, so again, I'm saying Rams by 7 in that one. The Cowboys host the Niners. And if there is one team in the NFL that does not care about your physicality, I think it's the Cowboys. I'm not predicting a win here, but maybe I am. It depends on if Garoppolo does Garoppolo things. If Garoppolo throws a pick here or there, which he generally tends to do, there are very few stat lines that he has where it's not an interesting, I should say there are very few, chained stat line, consecutive weeks where he doesn't throw an interception. He threw an interception last week, or this week. And I would be very surprised if he doesn't. It might be in garbage time. It might be. I think the Cowboys will win, but I'm not confident about that. The Cowboys are not exactly a home team threat, and the way that the Niners played on Sunday is like, can you keep that up? Or you go down 17, come roaring back to take it in overtime. Maybe we'll see. But I don't know. I feel silly to try to sort of kind of pick the Cowboys, but I think they're going to win. It's just what my gut is telling me. Give them a field goal. I'll say Cowboys by 3. And then Eagles at Bucks. Nothing too sexy there. We all know about the Antonio Brown story. I'm not going to waste your time with that. But there are still some injury hurdles that the Buccaneers have to get over. That's true too. So really hard to say. They won 28-22 in the first meeting, but that was in, if I'm not mistaken, that was in Philadelphia. So we'll have to see here. I think it's the Bucs game to lose. I don't know. We'll have to see. That running attack's actually pretty dang good by from Philadelphia. And Jalen Hurts seems to have kind of settled in. But I mean, it's so fucking weird how not good Tom Brady is, right? Like the single most pedestrian throws I've ever seen, unless somebody is wide the fuck open, like no defender within 5 yards of the guy, of one of his receivers downfield, and even then it's like a 30% completion percentage. Maybe it's better than, I don't know, but it's like, it doesn't look like he's confident in those throws. So, as much as I guess all that I'm trying to say is I would very much like for Tom Brady to lose this game. I don't see that happening. I think it's the Bucks by 10-ish. But I'd love to be incorrect about that. Okay, so here's where I'm thinking that my math might have been mistaken. The Kansas City Chiefs are obviously the second seed, and they play the Steelers. They host the Steelers. I'm going to say Chiefs by 10. I don't really even think that's worth talking about. Ben Roethlisberger is getting some help, but they scored 16. That's it? You know what I mean? And that might be, we'll have to do some research on that, but it might be kind of par for the course. When's the last time you remember, like, oh, hey, man, they had a really good score, maybe once this season? I don't remember it. So, okay, so I have heard talk that now it is the Pats that will travel to the Bills. So the Bills must be the third seed, which would make sense. The Bengals sat most of their start, if I'm not mistaken. So I think it's the Bills by 4. But you never know. I imagine a lot of Chiefs fans want the Bills to lose. I understand that, but it's probably not going to happen. You're probably going to have to see Josh Allen at some point, probably sooner than later. So making that wild season bracket here, or that wild card bracket there, yeah, I think it's the Bills that win. Bill Belichick is, the greatest coach of all time, so he keeps it interesting, but sadly for the Pats, one and done. And then that leaves the Bengals and the Raiders. Mistaken about that? 10 cents? Yeah, okay, so 10, yeah, so, okay, right, yeah, all right, so, yeah, so I think that the Raiders are one of the flukiest teams of any, you know what I mean? I've seen them just get their shit absolutely fucking pushed the fuck in by a Chiefs team that I think is good. I think that they're pretty good, but goddamn, 42 to, 9, I think, was the last time that they played each other in Arrowhead, so, which, obviously, I mean, they're playing in Cincinnati. I'm just saying, like, unless you're going to Dallas, which everybody travels to Dallas, but you're going to Cincinnati. I don't think that you're going to have too much fun there. So no, I think it's the Bengals by 7. One and done, sadly. Sorry. For the game that you all played, that the Raiders played in on Sunday night, holy biscuits, I don't think that's going to translate. I don't think they're scoring 35. I don't think they score 20. Not because I think that not because I think that the Bengals have a fantastic defense or anything like that, but just because the Chargers defense is very suspect. So, it's easy to make them look good, I guess, when you're playing